Live from Munster High School, RRSN.com, in conjunction with the Regional Radio Sports Network, presents the 2012 Women's Collegiate Soccer season here in Northwest Indiana, where this afternoon in a non-conference matchup, the Purdue University Calumet Peregrines host the Manchester University Spartans. Good day, everybody. Mike Konezovich along with Kent Rosenbaum to bring you all the exciting play-by-play action in this matchup between the Spartans and the Peregrines. The Manchester University Spartans checking in with a record of 1-3-2, and the Purdue University Calumet Peregrines coming in with a mark of 3-5-0. We want to thank the Purdue University Calumet Peregrines and their athletic department for their terrific sponsorship of today's action out here at Kent Rosenbaum, and had an opportunity to see the men perform out here earlier today, and now an opportunity for the women here on the pitch.
Yeah, this is great for Purdue Cal to be at Munster High School here. It's such a great facility. It's sun shining. It's a very cool day, or a very comfortable day to be playing soccer. It was a pleasure for me, too, to be announcing this game. Manchester is my alma mater. My brothers and I graduated from there, as well as my niece and my cousins. So we've got quite a family history going back to Manchester College. So I won't yet mention the year that I graduated. We'll leave that up to your speculation. But it's good to see Manchester making its way over here to play Purdue Cal at this at Munster's football field, which is a turf field. So it's going to be a little bit faster than playing on grass. It's a nice facility. The good crowd has showed up to watch this collegiate game. The men just finished playing the Madonna Crusaders, in which they lost 4-0. But Purdue Cal is a young team. Purdue Cal's men team is very young. I think they've got a lot of talent on the team. It's just a matter of putting the pieces together to come up with a good formation and a good combination that's going to work for them.
Purdue Calumet would like to thank its sponsors for the 2012 season, Papa John's of Hammond and Christensen Chevrolet. We want to thank them for their terrific support of student athletes. And Purdue Calumet is a growing athletic department that currently features 10 intercollegiate athletic programs. The Peregrines will be adding baseball and softball for the 2013 and 14 academic year. For more information about the Purdue Calumet athletic program, visit PurdueCalSports.com. And Kent, let's take a look first of all at the Purdue University Calumet Peregrines as they come in with that record of 3-5-0. And let's right now actually go down to the public address announcer for today's starting lineups.
Number 2, Amber Kent. Number 3, Amber Oster. Number 6, Sophie Gorginas. Number 7, Laura Jenkins. Number 10, Sarah Barker. Number 13, Caitlin Barta. Number 16, Allison Rowe. Number 21, Kabrina Hydra Yusuf. Number 22, Adrian Brudvig. Number 24, Brandy Cruz. And keeper for the Spartans, Emily Whaleman. Head coach for Manchester is Andrew Stout. And now for your Peregrines. Number 6, Rachel Smagranoff. Number 7, Priscilla Diaz. Number 8, Cindy McDonald. Number 9, Stephanie Salinas. Number 10, Vanessa Hernandez. Number 14, Maxine Rossler. Number 15, Crystal Kirchhoff. Number 17, Nikki Goody. Number 22, Ellie Rowski. Number 27, Kirsten Nertot. And in between the pipes for the Peregrines, Keely Mazurkowitz. Head coach, Leslie Ferguson.
So there you have the lineups for today's ball game, Kent. The Peregrines taking on the Spartans. And I believe we're going to honor America again before this second half of the doubleheader with the playing of our national anthem.
Or maybe not.
No, so yeah, we're just going to go straight to the action. But again, special thanks to all of our men and women fighting for our freedoms each and every day here as well as overseas, Kent. And again, a nice local flavor here for Purdue University Calumet in game number 2 on the women's side.
Yeah, the interesting thing we're going to see is the Manchester brings Nikki Goody from Highland with them today, a freshman starting for the Manchester Spartans. And on the other side...
Oh, actually, she's with Purdue Cal, Kent.
Purdue Cal, I'm sorry.
Caitlin Barta.
Caitlin Barta, you're right, is going to be seeing Nikki Goody again. Barta coming from Griffith, I believe, is it? Yes, Griffith. Yep. And Nikki have played against each other for years in high school, so they're going to get a chance to do it here again.
So the teams are out there right now. The Peregrines are dressed in white, the Spartans in black. The Manchester University Spartans will be going from right to left on your laptop. The Purdue University Calumet Peregrines the opposite direction. And Kent, right now the Peregrines on a roll here as the last 2 ball games. They put 13 goals in the onion sack.
Yeah, they're coming in with a record of 3-5. Manchester coming in 1-3-2. Tie yesterday for the Spartans when I believe that they were down at Olivet.
Yeah, and of course the women with a big win over Andrews over at Hallmark Sports Club's complex out there, 7-1. That was a tie ball game. I believe 6 second-half goals for the Peregrines in that ball game. They actually led 1-0 at the half. They outshot Andrews 17-2, but a great job by the Andrews Cardinals goalkeeper to keep him in the ball game. And Maxine Rossler with a hat trick in that ball game, and Stephanie Salinas with 8 shots and 3 assists in that big win last time out for the Peregrines.
Peregrines roster is made up about half of region players representing East Chicago, Highland, Lake Central, Morton, Munster, Lowell.
Right side now to Cindy McDonald with her centering pass into the midfield third, looking for the aforementioned Nikki Goodeve out of Highland High School. Now picked back up in the offensive third on the play by Crystal Kirchhoff from Lake Central. It goes over the near touchline, resulting in a throw-in for the Manchester Spartans. The Manchester University Spartans competing in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. They have yet to play a conference game. They also had a 0-0 tie against Wilmington College in Ohio, so they're actually 1-3-2 on the campaign this year. But defensively, Kent, they've been outstanding. They've only given up 10 goals in 6 games.
That's not bad. That's a good job back there. Now they just got to work on their offensive punch.
Trying to get it now to the Hanover Central grad, Kirsten Nurtaud. She lost control of the ball, and now it's picked back up by the Spartans into the midfield third. Nurtaud, and along with her running mate Rossler in the front, have combined for 14 of the 19 goals that the Peregrines have scored this season. So they definitely rely on that duo striker combination of Nurtaud along with Rossler. So just underway, 2 minutes gone here in the match. It's going to be a free kick now for Manchester's Sarah Barker, young lady out of Goshen High School, former player for the Redskins. And now the Spartans go near sideline on the play to Hadri Yusuf. Wind is still coming out of the south here, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. It will definitely help Manchester here in the first half of play. The key has been for the Peregrines has been Stephanie Salinas. She's done a great job of setting the table for everybody from that back line. Number 9 out there right in the middle out of West Chicago, Illinois, a 5'2 junior. The young lady doing a terrific job this season, and a Spanish major at Purdue University Calumet. Nurtaud now goes on the far side to Schmagrinoff, and her centering pass is easily corralled on the play by the keeper for the Spartans, and that is Emily Willman, a 5'9 sophomore. In 6 games this season, she's got over 80% save percentage, and she's also pitched a shutout, a couple shutouts now, actually.
Yeah, she's got a nice punch. She's put that ball well over midfield there to set up her teammates.
Now again, Salinas trying to control the play in the midfield third, intercepted on the play once again by Hadri Yusuf. 41-40 remaining in the first half. If you're just joining us, the Purdue University men were defeated by the Madonna University Crusaders earlier today here on the pitch at Munster High School by a score of 4-0.
Nearly 5 minutes gone here in the first half of this game, and Purdue seems to be the one on the offensive mind here. They've been having it in the defense, Manchester's half for the majority of the 5 minutes, controlling the ball rather well and working it back and forth. No shots yet has been taken.
See Crystal Kirchhoff here on the near sideline. She's working in the back line with Priscilla Diaz. Priscilla out of West Aurora High School. Really set all kinds of defensive marks in the high school level, did Priscilla. She had a National Junior College Athletic Association appearance with Wabanzi Valley, and of course that's where Leslie Ferguson came from to take over this particular program. 24 shutouts, Kent, in 2 seasons with Wabanzi Valley. That's getting the job done on the defensive end.
I'd say so. Yeah, Leslie Ferguson comes as a very highly decorated coach, done a very good job wherever she's been. Excellent candidate to go ahead and start the program here at Purdue Cal.
64, 21, and 4 the last 4 seasons when she was over at Wabanzi Valley. 87 wins in 8 years with the Chiefs. Midfield third, 5 minutes gone in the match. Here's it picked up on the near sideline on the play by Vanessa Hernandez. Opportunity and a save on the play on the short side by Willman. On the shot off the right foot there by Nikki Goody. So it's good to see that some things don't change, Kent, because Nikki's right on frame again.
Yeah, she was able to get behind the defense there rather easily, actually, and fire on the net. Good save by Willman. First corner kick of the day being taken.
Here's the former Mustang now, Rachel Schmagrinoff. She should feel right home here at Munster High School.
Close to a handball.
Yeah, very close. Of course, the young lady that just kicked that ball for Manchester, we're glad to see out here as well, and that's Caitlin Barta, number 13. We had a chance to follow her career over with the Griffith Panthers.
Good career, very good career.
39-10 remaining here, and a good job by Christoph here on the near touchline for the Peregrines. They move it up quickly on the play now, and will regroup in the midfield third to Cindy McDonald. And now back comes Purdue University Calumet, centering pass, looking for Nurtout. Good job of sealing off there in the midfield area by Allison Rowe. It'll be a throw-in for Schmagrinoff and the Peregrines.
Allison did a nice job of staying step for step with her mark and then able to get her foot on the ball and put it away so her teammates could go ahead and catch back up.
Peregrines, as we mentioned, 13 goals for the last 2 ball games, and that has propelled them to a 3-5-0 record after a 1-5 start. 19 goals for, 33 against, and the majority of those goals came against ranked opponents. They started the year off at Bethel, at Siena Heights, here at home against Davenport, and then Mount Mercy, and those are programs that are well respected on the women's side of things. Now midfield third, ground ball attack looking on the right wing here for Maxine Rossler, the talented striker for the Peregrines. Ground ball attack, and a great job of sliding to her right once again by Willman to stop the potential cross opportunity for the Peregrines.
Yeah, good feed out there, good lay it out there for her teammate to go ahead and attack on, but Willmans does a nice job of anticipating that pass and getting out there ahead of the striker.
Purdue Calumet Athletics would like to announce the hiring of its new athletic director, Rick Costello. Costello comes to Purdue Calumet after a stint at Wisconsin-Milwaukee as a director of athletics. Costello will be charged with continuing the expansion of the Peregrines athletic department.
And you mentioned that baseball and softball are coming next year, too. That's great.
Yep, going to be expanding, and you can check out all that information on their website at PurdueCalSports.com. 37-17 remaining in the first half of a scoreless tie. Rachel Schmagrinoff, the member of the 2010 regional champion Munster Mustangs, will now leave it over the far touchline to the Spartans to throw in.
You know, Mike, I didn't play baseball at Manchester. Maybe I can come out here at Purdue. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you're still playing now. What's the difference?
Yeah, really. Might as well see if I can get an education out of it, too, this time.
There you go. Yeah, maybe go for your master's, that type of thing. And you have to see if they need a catcher back there with a veteran presence behind the plate.
As long as they have an oxygen tank back there with me, I'll be fine.
Now an opportunity in the corners trying to get something started is Brandy Krause, young lady out of Taylor High School in Cleves, Ohio. She is one of the sharpshooters for this Spartan team, along with Barda. Brandy Klaus, a freshman out of Cleves, Ohio. 4 shots so far in the campaign this season. This Spartan team lost a couple of important cogs to graduation. Alexandria Vogt, along with Kayla Robianski, off a 7-10-1 team last year, and they were over the 500 mark in the conference in the Heartland at 5-4 last year. So Crystal Kirchhoff now will come up from the near touchline with the throw-in. 5 minutes gone here in a scoreless first half as Nertod tries to get something going. And now a long shot from the midfield area is easily corralled off frame off the right foot of Stephanie Salinas for the Peregrines. Double deuce now mixing it up on the far side is Ali Rowski. As, again, they're trying to get Klaus along with Barda mixed up into the offensive scheme here for the black and gold of Manchester University. Beautiful job of changing the field on the play there by Vanessa Hernandez. 50-50 runner coming up on the play is Woolman. And Emily doing a great job there, Ken.
Did a nice job of anticipating that ball coming into the box and getting out there and taking it away before anything could develop.
Woolman has been the workhorse in the back line almost, well, now with this first 7 minutes. She's now played 600 minutes already this season, with a 1.52 goals against average, 44 saves, and 2 shutouts for the Mount Pelier, Indiana native. Now right wing on the play, trying to get in there is Laura Jenkins from her midfield spot, but the Peregrines have the answer. Now they go ground ball attack into the midfield third of Maxine Rossler, the sharpshooter, trying to get it on the play over to the former governor, Vanessa Hernandez. And now it's chipped back into the offensive third as the Peregrines try to stay onside.
Manchester keeping a flat 4 in the back also, like Madonna did.
9-3 lead now for the Pale Hose. The White Sox in the bottom of the 6th, and Adam Vinatieri up to his old tricks, Kent. 53-yard field goal with 8 seconds left to give the Colts a 23-20 victory in their ball game today.
Excellent, excellent.
Had a chance to see him down in Indianapolis when we were getting the distribution of the Indiana Football Digest. He was with the Colts down there, and of course started his career with the New England Patriots, so he's been a part of a lot of game-winning field goals in his career. Now nice give and going to the near sideline. Good job at knocking it off of the player for the Peregrines that time.
Sarah Barker.
Yeah, real good defensive play there. She knocked it off of Sydney McDonald for Purdue Calumet. Now Kirchhoff gets her noggin on the ball, but a good job of recovery by Sophie Georginas. As right now Manchester just trying to get their legs underneath them, being here on the road. Laura Jenkins now with a one-touch off the far touchline to Brandy Krause. Krause will bring it back up, and they'll do a nice job of regrouping now with 32:58 remaining in a scoreless first half. Non-conference matchup between these foes out here today. Of course, Manchester competing in the Heartland Conference.
Yeah, back in my day, it was the Hoosier Buckeye. If anybody's running a quiz on when did I play.
Maybe they can kind of piece it together.
Yeah.
Either that or they could figure out that alley-oop was your running mate. Then maybe that would be a clue. Now Schmagrinoff centering pass. Good chest trap on the play by Rossler. Going to the far side to Schmagrinoff. The former Mustang now played for Val Flum over here at Munster High School. Now we'll get the return pass on the left wing. Good cross on the play by Rachel. She was always great on set pieces, Kent. During the high school career, they used to bring her up on those set pieces at Munster.
She'd be real comfortable if we were playing on the normal soccer field.
Now here's Nertod trying to get in there. Kirsten trying to get the foot free. Picked back up on the wing now by McDonald from that right wing position. And Kirsten Nertod, who was a 20-plus goal scorer with the Wildcats from Hanover Central her senior season. Very dangerous in the front line. Now they do the tightrope walk here on the near side. Salinas now with a spinorama move to get it back to the defense on the play, and Rowski. Rowski with a one-timer was headed, trying to get it back to the midfield area on the play by Rossler. It'll be a goal kick now for Willman and the Spartans.
Salinas for Purdue does a nice job of distributing the ball and moving it back and forth, switching fields. Sees the open player and is able to connect with him, just like right there.
And also controlling the ball well, too, Ken, when it's bouncing, because you need to do that if you're going to distribute. Now a nice one-touch on the play by Nikki Goodeve, who, of course, played for Gordon Walker over at Highland High School. She was a part of that great team with Kat Smilas. Good through ball, but they're going to call offside on the right wing. Cindy McDonald about a step behind the defense with the touch of the ball. And Purdue Calumet is growing athletic department. It currently features 10 intercollegiate athletic programs. The Peregrines will be adding baseball and softball for the 2013 academic year. For more information about the Purdue Calumet athletic program, visit their website at purduecalsports.com. Right now, Ken, Purdue Calumet obviously controlling the territorial advantage here at home.
Yeah, they got a couple shots on goal. Manchester has no shots on goal. I don't even think they've gotten the offensive third yet.
Amber Kent along with Amber Oster trying to get something going now for the Spartans. Going off the right wing to Brandy Kraus. Kraus now on the right side. Now, good job getting in there by Rowski to knock it off of her, and it's actually going to be a throw-in for Double Deuce and the Peregrines. Allie Rowski, another freshman out of Chesterfield, Michigan, a psychology and sociology major, and she was a Macomb area conference champ during her high school days. And Allie doing a great job from that left fullback position for head coach Leslie Ferguson. Spinorama moving out by Rossler. She's looking for a cutting player. Good job on the weak side there by Sarah Barker. Barker pretty steady in the back for the Spartans. Back comes Rowski now, and Double Deuce will go with a little pirouette move off the left side with 29-17 remaining here in a scoreless first half. If you're just joining us, the men's game was concluded with a 4-0 decision for Madonna. Caitlin Barta now, and offside just barely there, Kent. On the right wing was Brandy Kraus.
It didn't look like it from here, but I'll give him credit for it. He's right there, and we're up here, but that looked like a good setup there, a good lead pass by Barta.
Yep. That was the one thing that she really improved on as a senior, Kent. She was always known as a sharpshooter and a great offensive player, but she became more of a distributor with the emergence of Cindy McInerney.
Yeah, as long as she was very confident in her. That allowed her to go ahead and give up the opportunity to shoot, but to go ahead and pass.
Schmagrinoff trying to go with a nutmeg off the far side, but that got intercepted, and now the former Panther picks it back up in Caitlin Barta. Ground ball attack, and again, a great defensive play there by Priscilla Diaz, showing why that she at the high school level with 20-plus shutouts. Right side now to Crystal Kirchhoff as the former Blue Indian from Lake Central High School, played for Lori Moore. Trying to get the return pass on the play from Rossler. And now they go into the offensive third to Nikki Goodeve. Centering pass, getting tripped up just outside the 18 there was Vanessa Hernandez. And the Spartans play it on. 27:53 remaining here in a scoreless first half. Purdue Calumet going against the wind here in the first half, which is about 15 miles an hour out of the south. Here comes Schmagrinoff now with a nice run, the former Mustang. Here's her cross on the plates, knocked down to the defense, and a good job by Woolman, Kent, to come out and not stay home.
She did a nice job of coming out there because Rossler was right there ready to get that bouncing ball and put it back towards the net. Willman's speed out there and aggressiveness is impressive at the keeper position.
Andy Stout very proud of his netminder as Andy, in his fifth year with the Spartans, with a record of 23-41-6. He's a former Sycamore from Indiana State as well as the University of North Texas, and was also a head coach at a very strong program down in Texas called Richardson High School. Assistant coach with ISU as well as an East Noble High School assistant coach, and doing a terrific job with this program, assisted by Brian Knutson. Now right side, shot goes off. A good block that time by Diaz on the shot attempt by Kraus. It'll be a throw-in for Manchester.
As we're talking about coaches too, Mike, let's not forget about Purdue Cal's assistant coach, goalkeeper coach, Corey Jurin.
Yeah.
Out of Lake Central, played at Lake Central for years and stayed very, very involved with the Northwest Indiana community as far as coaching goes.
Yeah, he was a big part of that state championship back in 2010 as he helped Jeremy Rainwater. And that was member Brandon Cloutier.
Yeah, Cloutier, that's right.
26:06 remaining as Barta goes through here, and Kirchhoff will just do a good job of letting it go. A couple of Northwest Indiana products going at it there on the left wing. So midfield third now to Nurtaud. Her centering pass is knocked down easily that time by Oster for the Spartans. And now Manchester, they kind of took a while to really get their legs underneath them here, Kent, and now they're starting to push it up a little bit more on the right wing. Coming up on the play now is Kraus. Here's her center looking for Barta, and the first opportunity of the afternoon is corralled by Keely Mazurkowicz, the Lansing, Illinois, and Manteno High School grad.
Yeah, they did a nice job of setting that up. Manchester didn't have many numbers up there, but it wouldn't have done anything because the keeper came out and scooped it up rather quickly.
Now Hydri Yusuf has the pass deflected to the far side with 25 minutes remaining. We're halfway through the first half of a scoreless tie. Now off the right side, ground ball attack to Kraus. Brandy with her back towards Rowski now, trying to beat the Peregrine Sandwich. Can't get it done.
Peregrine Sandwich.
It'll be a throw-in. Yeah, if you get surrounded by two Peregrines, you're in trouble. Claus will be out.
I would think so.
Now Nurtaud coming back. The former Wildcat from Hanover Central played for Jim Pattison down at Cedar Lake. Looking for the ground ball attack on the play now to Nikki Goody. Here comes the talented Stephanie Salinas. Off to the left side now to Rachel Schmagranoff. Cross on the play looking for Nurtaud. And again, Barker is there, Kent. And she's doing a great job of using that height to her advantage in the back line. 24-19 remaining in a scoreless first half as again Kraus and Barta trying to create some havoc as now the Spartan comes back on the counter. They were trying to get it on the wing that time on a nice run by Sophie Georginas, but the Peregrines had the answer.
Looked like she ran out of gas on the kick there. Didn't quite get anything on it.
Near sideline to Cindy McDonald. McDonald out of Oswego, Illinois, and Willowbrook High School got her pocket picked. And now Kraus brings it back on the left wing, gets some help from the offensive third and Kent Amber. Amber centering pass knocked down by Salinas for the Peregrines. And now they get it to that ever-important offensive mid position in Rossler. Rossler with a nice lead to Nikki Goody, the former Trojan, with a nice through ball on the play off to the right side to Sydney McDonald. Her cross is knocked down nicely by Hydra Yusuf. Back now in the midfield third on the play to Goodeve. Nikki will get some help now from Kirchhoff. She tries to change the field over to Schmagranoff, but too many Spartans back there in a line just outside the 18. 23-12 remaining in a scoreless first half. Good weak side play that time to bail out her defense by Amber Oster.
Good ball handling there by Manchester to get it out of the defensive area. Good ball connects there.
Now trying to get it over there was Kraus on the play. And again, a good job defensively by Diaz. She's very tenacious on the defensive end is Priscilla.
Did a nice job of setting up the Manchester Spartan on the far side to go ahead and get her in a position where she could kick it off her and for the throw-in for the Purdue Cal Peregrines.
She is a child and family services major out of West Aurora High School is Priscilla Diaz. And once again, a good job of countering now by the Peregrines. Off to the near sideline to Cindy McDonald. McDonald on the right wing looking for Kirsten Nurtaud. Nurtaud with a nutmeg on the play. She forced it past Barker, and then she lost control on the wing. Now she goes with a heel leave on the play nicely for McDonald. McDonald on the right side of the mixer. Over now to Crystal Kirchhoff. 23.5 left in a scoreless first half. Now Goody with good ball distribution as they try to change the defense on the play. Looking for the sharpshooter from Hessville Hernandez. Vanessa now with a crossover dribble got taken down. It's going to be a free kick for the Peregrines about 25 to 30 yards out.
That'll be their second free kick, second foul against Manchester today. This is going to be about, 32 yards out, Mike. Offsides line being set up right at the top of the box.
I believe that's Salinas.
Two-man line?
I'll check that. It's going to be Diaz. Here's
On
her
net.
shot on the play, and a good job by Willman to get over there on the shot there by Salinas for the Peregrines.
Yeah, put it on net, but easily scooped up by the keeper.
21-22 remaining in a scoreless first half here at Munster High School. Beautiful tip to herself by Nikki Goodeve. Ground ball attack now to her former region opponent, Vanessa Hernandez. Played for the Morton Governors. I believe actually played for our colleague Ken Anderson at one time.
Yeah. How'd that game go? Valpo, Crown Point.
Oh, I tell you, Crown Point, I mean, they put the clamps on them, Kent. No shots on goal in the first half for the Vikings and their home field. Very good performance by Crown Point.
That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
And then to come up with 2 goals as well after playing that good defensive effort, and now they're tied with Valparaiso at 4-1 records in the conference. You got Portage right on the outside at 3-2 looking in, along with Chesterton, as we've got an elimination game coming up on Wednesday over at the Warpath. Coming up on 20 minutes remaining here in a scoreless first half. Schmagrinoff trying to get by the defense on the play. And boy, that's a good play by Laura Jenkins. Man.
Nice job. Nice play. Laura Jenkins out of Sellersburg, Indiana.
Now trying to do the tightrope walk on the far side. Rowski with a good job. Now it's stopped in the middle of the defense by the Spartans temporarily. And now Goodeve will try to get it up to Nurtop, but a little bit too far. Nice counter on the play. All these student athletes doing a good job of controlling that ball on the turf here. Barda now trying to go with a crossover looking for Kraus.
Good pass by Diaz. That was nice, pitting it right between 2 Spartans.
Ground ball attack off the right side of the former Wildcat, Kirsten Nurtout. Nurtout now with the spinorama move in the midfield third looking for Goodeve. Instead, trying to come back across to McDonald, Kent, but she had to make sure she was onside. Purdue Calumet would like to thank its sponsors for the 2012 season. It's Papa John's of Hammond and Christensen Chevrolet. Ball now deep into Peregrine territory, and Mazurkowicz will come out. And she will make the stop on the play as good job on the back line by the goalkeeper, Keely Mazurkowicz, a biology major who was an Interstate 8 Conference regional titleist back with Manteno High School. This particular season, Keely with 30 saves on the season, a .612 save percentage, a 2-2 record. And she has given up, the Peregrines have given up 33. She's given up 19 of them and 441-plus minutes of action. She's been splitting the keeping time with Rachel Matson, former keeper out of Lake Central.
Well, that's good. They're both freshmen, so it's good that they both get an opportunity to get out there and play.
Yeah, and Corey's going to do a great job with them as far as the training. Now one touch over to Caitlin Barta looking for Brandy Kraus. Now coming in on the play deep is Kraus. One touch, nobody home for the Spartans on that one, Kent.
Nice touch out in front of the net, but nobody home. Now Mazurkowicz is going to just kick it over the side, over the touch line, and give the Spartans a throw-in deep in the offensive third.
Yeah, I think if she had that back, Sophie Georginis would have liked to have that one back and filled that lane on the left wing. So here's Sophie's throw-in now on the play. Into the mixer, knocked down temporarily at the defense by Priscilla Diaz, and now kicked out of there by the Peregrines, trying to get it up to Nurtout. Good job of recovery off the far side now by the Spartans.
The match was number 18, Diane McAfee.
You got to wonder if the Manchester Spartans are a little bit tired. This is basically a weekend road trip for them because they were at Benedictine University yesterday. And they probably didn't go home back to Manchester last night.
No, road trip for them. And now Barta forces a corner kick now for the Spartans.
This will be their first one, Mike. First corner kick for the Manchester Spartans.
It's going to be Amber Oster, the DeKalb grad out of Waterloo, Indiana. That will do the honors now with 16:56 remaining in a scoreless first half. Here's the corner by Oster. It's a good one. Good job of getting in there by Priscilla Diaz. Now another cross, actually a save on that one is Mazurkowicz. Got that one right off the left foot there of Amber Oster, the sophomore. 16:34 remaining in a scoreless first half. Nice pace put on the ball that time by the Spartans on the left wing.
So that was technically the first shot that I've got down for Manchester of the game.
Diane McAfee, a 5'6 sophomore out of Fort Wayne Carroll, the former Charger, is into the ball game now for the Spartans. Trying to get it over to Barta, and again, a good job by Diaz. Boy, she's going wherever Barta's going. She's right there with her.
That's a good combination there with Diaz and Salinas, right? Just running up the middle of the field for the Peregrines.
Now here's Hernandez looking
No
for
offsides.
Nurtout. Nurtout on the right wing trying to seal off, and a good job defensively by Kabrina Hydri-Yusuf.
And it's going to be a goal kick. I thought that was going to be a corner kick for the Peregrines, but apparently not.
Academic excellence is the foundation of Purdue University Calumet with the distinction of a world-renowned Purdue degree. Purdue Calumet offers the opportunity to apply traditionally obtained knowledge in hands-on, real-world ways through experimental learning. That is a Purdue Calumet, your hometown university. So a goal kick now for the Spartans. They try to go off the left wing on the kick now and will regroup with McAfee. Her ground ball attack knocked down by Goody and stolen by Nurtout over to Hernandez. Hernandez with a nice through ball, and again, Laura Jenkins with a good job of intercepting by Manchester. Off to the right side now to Oster with 15 minutes remaining in a scoreless first half. And now the Peregrines are able to thwart that offensive opportunity by the black and gold. Again, looking for Barta as Kristoff is right with her. So Caitlin along with Kraus in the front line now with Jenkins on the right wing trying to do the tightrope.
Nice
Nicely
touch.
done. Laura Jenkins now with a one-touch off the right side to Brandy Kraus. Kraus turning on the afterburners. A save by Mazurkowicz. It will be a corner for the Spartans.
They're working that right side rather well. That's their favorite side, obviously, and bringing it back in towards the net.
Boy, Laura Jenkins is showing some great speed on that right side out of Sellersburg, Indiana, and Providence High School. So doing the honors now will be Diane McAfee, the former Charger from Carroll. 14-10 remaining in the first half of a scoreless tie. Here comes her cross on the play. Mazurkowicz come out. The ball is free. Barta had a shot at an empty net, couldn't get it done. And it will result now in a goal kick, and that time Mazurkowicz dodged a bullet there, Ken.
Yeah, Purdue definitely dodged a bullet there because she came way out, and the golden rule is when you come out that far as a keeper, you better have the ball.
Either that or a couple of fists on it.
Or something.
Knock it out of there.
Have it, or it would be completely out of the box, but you don't miss the ball in the box there. It was just, favorable for Purdue that there was so many people in the box that knocked the ball away so that Barta couldn't put it in the net.
Bridget Rowe, a 5'10 freshman forward out of La Quinta High School in California, comes into the lineup now.
Yeah, Manchester's got a couple girls. Well, Bridget and Allison Rowe, obviously sisters from La Quinta, California.
Yeah, twins, actually. They're both freshmen.
And they've got one from London, Ontario. The rest are pretty much homegrown people, it looks like, from 50-mile radius of Manchester.
Yeah, Georgia
50
is
to 100 mile.
out of Ann Arbor. But other than that, a lot of people from the southern part of the state to Broodvig out of Chesterfield, Michigan. 12:48 remaining here as Nurtout gets her four-way stopped on the play. McAfee trying to get in there now along with Barker, who's played a great job. But now here come the Peregrines on the counter. Now they'll just let Mazurkowicz grab it at the top of the box. No, actually, They're going to flip it over to Crystal Kirchhoff. And now the Peregrines will regroup. The men have already fallen to the Madonna University Crusaders, so the Peregrine women here trying to improve their winning streak to 3 in a row.
Good cross to set it up.
Now Jenkins with a little side pass on the play, and a takedown is going to be called on Purdue University Calumet, and this is going to be a free kick opportunity now for Manchester. About 20 yards out, a golden opportunity here for the black and gold.
This is their first free kick of the day.
Amber Oster will do the honors, and the official will move the Peregrines back 10 yards.
As
the
right
Peregrines were starting to practice a little new kind of geography or geometry there.
Yeah, they're about 14 yards off the goal box.
So the former DeKalb Baron out of Waterloo, Indiana, Amber Oster now with the kick. See if she gets it past the wall. She does. It was tipped on the play by Mazurkowicz. They say no.
No, it wasn't. It just went right over the top. Just a little bit too high over the wall, but just kept on rising and went over the crossbar.
Had some nice pace on that ball, but that's got to be the hardest thing, to get it by the wall but keep it on frame. That's tough.
Yeah, if you can get that good bend to it, you get a little good bend and do the humpback, I mean, you've got a killer kick. You're going for upper 90 humpback. That'd be a great shot.
Megan McKenney now into the ball game out of Centerville, Ohio, and she replaces Hydra Youssef, who did a good job on that left wing out of Marion County. 10:53 remaining in a scoreless first half, as now the Spartans have kind of taken control territorially here. See if the Peregrines can come back right now on a run by Cindy McDonald. Midfield third on the play, intercepted by Bridget Rowe, looking for Kraus. And again, they're going to use Mazurkowicz as an extra defender to get it out of there. Almost stolen on the play by Kraus, but it goes off her. It'll be a deep throw-in for the Peregrines.
Well, that's not all that bad, though. I mean, you're right back in the deepest part of the defensive third. You can get your numbers up there and try and gain control there.
Kraus came in with 4 shots on the year out of Taylor High School. And now the Spartans starting to create some havoc on the players. A one-touch to the far side, a little bit too high, and it goes off the crossbar of the football goalpost from Laura Jenkins.
Goal kick.
She tried to just kind of chip it that time over Mazurkowicz.
She could have had a shot, but Mazurkowicz was staying back. It probably wouldn't have been too successful because she was staying back in her box.
Again, special thanks to Jamar Goodman for helping us with our camera work out here today. Now, miss hit here on the near sideline will result in a Manchester throw-in. And academic excellence is the foundation of Purdue University Calumet, with the distinction of a world-renowned Purdue degree. Purdue Calumet offers the opportunity to apply traditionally obtained knowledge in hands-on, real-world ways through experiential learning. Purdue Calumet, your hometown university.
Foul on PUC, free kick.
This will be the second free kick for Manchester.
McAfee will do the honors here with 9 minutes remaining here in a scoreless first half. So the former Carroll Charger getting the opportunity on the set pieces, knocked down easily at the defense there by the Peregrines. Good midfield support now by Double Deuce Brudvig. Her centering pass, Mazurkowicz will come out and steal it right off the right foot of Kraus.
It was a good job of Mazurkowicz seeing what was happening way out in front of her and anticipating that ball getting through.
Now nice through ball on the play by Crystal Kirchhoff over to Nikki Goodeve. The former Highland Trojan changes the field now on the play to the far side. Knocked down easily at the defense by Brudvig. And the 50-50 ball now is corralled off the far side. I believe that is Heather Olson, the former Lake Central Indian, now in the lineup for Leslie Ferguson on the left wing, offensive third.
8 minutes to go in this half right now. 0-0 tie, Purdue Cal versus Manchester Spartans.
4-0 win for the Madonna University Crusaders over the Purdue University Calumet men earlier this afternoon.
Foul on Manchester, free kick.
We'll look ahead there for the Peregrines to their schedule on the men's side of things.
This will be the third free kick for the Peregrines.
And doing the honors again is Salinas. Here's
nice.
their cross on the play, looking for Nurtout, and she'll run out of real estate. But, boy, that was a terrific cross that time by Stephanie.
Yeah, that was well placed, perfect spot, just nobody could get their head up on it.
Coach Drew Zwicky and the boys, the men, are going to be heading up to UPP, Upper Peninsula, as Finlandia out of Hancock, Michigan, will be on the dais on the road before another match at Hallmark in Hebron against Grace Bible before they head to Clark College over in Dubuque, Iowa on the 6th of October.
Doing some serious traveling.
Oh, yeah. Finlandia, I was talking to coaches about that. That's about an 8 to 9 hour drive by bus. Coach said, yeah, it's okay as long as I'm not driving it.
Do they take vans or they got a big bus that they take, I wonder?
I tell you, it's going to be a long drive up there, and when you pick up a victory, the bus ride isn't as long.
No.
Now midfield third looking for Jenkins on the one touch that time by Georginas. And it comes back to the far side now to the Peregrines with 6:30 remaining in a scoreless first half. Nikki Goodeve out of Highland High School. Good job of controlling the ball that time, Kent. Now they go back to the midfield third on the play to Rossler. The leading scorer for the Peregrines, no looking off the right wing on the play. And they'll try to regroup now and build from left to right now with Crystal Kirchhoff. Crystal now coming up about 30 yards out. Here's her cross on the play at the 18. Knocked down to the defense. Good midfield support by Salinas. Good back heel pass on the play to Hernandez. But that was a pretty little one-touch there on a back heel pass.
That's good field awareness by Goodeve there to know that her teammate was right behind her and touch it back to her.
Oster now took it a little bit too far, and a good job by Rowski to come back on it. Purdue University Calumet's Peregrines dressed in the white, moving from left to right on your laptop. And, of course, the Manchester United Spartans, or University Spartans, in the opposite direction. Now a dangerous ball just outside the 18 here for number 14, Maxine Rossler. Shot to the far side. It loses a little bit of steam. It'll go over the goal line and be a goal kick for Emily Willman and the Spartans. And Purdue Calumet Athletics would like to announce the hiring of its new athletic director, Rick Costello. Costello comes to Purdue Calumet after a stint at Wisconsin-Milwaukee as a director of athletics. Costello will be charged with continuing the expansion of the Peregrines athletic program. 5 minutes remaining here in the scoreless first half as things get a little chippy on the pitch.
Goodeve called for a foul by running up the back of the Manchester Spartan.
Of course, Nikki was a part of that team with Kat Smilas and Gordon's daughter. Did a great job over there getting to the regional championship. Actually made it to the semi-state before succumbing out at Valparaiso High School. Now Hernandez with her back to the offensive player, and what a great move that time by Vanessa. Nicely done.
Good job by Salinas moving around. Purdue's doing a nice job of switching fields and trying to get things going back and forth to catch the Spartans off guard.
4:21 remaining in a scoreless first half. Now midfield area to Georginas. Pass knocked out of the defense by Priscilla Diaz as she retreats back to the defensive third. It goes off of Stephanie over the near touchline. It'll be a throw-in for Manchester. So doing the honors will be Megan McKinney out of Centerville High School in Ohio. They do the tight walk here on the near sideline, and they actually rule it off the Spartans.
The begging did work.
Sometimes it works. Most of the time it does not. 3:38 remaining in a scoreless first half. Let's see if Nurtout can get something going. She draws a crowd. Yeah, right now, Kent, the Spartans, they're staying back with that 4 flat. They don't want to have anything happen negatively on the road here in the last 3 minutes.
Well, as we saw in the earlier game with the goal being scored at the last 3 seconds, how demoralizing that could be. You certainly don't. This is that witching hour where you really just want to kind of hold your own, if score, but definitely don't get scored on at this time.
Now it's Bridget Rowe trying to get it circling around the defense on the play as Diaz will run out of real estate and does a good job of sealing her off for a Mazurkowicz goal kick.
3 minutes to go in the first half here, 0-0 tie, Manchester versus Purdue Cal.
So the Peregrines will get that wind in the second half if they can get through this final 2.5 minutes. Regroup for the halftime chat, and with a fresh 45 on the clock, try to get that third consecutive victory on the season.
We haven't seen any quick transitions at all by either team. Everything's been slowly working up and down the field.
Not a lot of long ball either. Now Vanessa Hernandez with her back to the defender. Good spin-a-rama move by the former Morton Governor. Now she'll bring it over the midfield stripe on the play as they try to distribute from the offensive midfield position as they ram it through now to Hernandez. They're going to call a foul on the Spartans. It'll be a free kick for Purdue University Calumet.
That'd be their 4th free kick.
They're going to go with the quick restart to Crystal Kirchhoff, the former Indian from Lake Central. Now goes up on the play to Maxine Rossler. Good one-touch by Hernandez trying to get it into the corner. But the Spartans just really packing it in right now with less than 2 minutes remaining.
Sarah Barker back there to thwart that one off. And number 11, that's Megan McKinney doing a nice job of cutting that one off.
Boy, Barker's got a big wrap on that right knee, Kent. But still able to move back there pretty decently in the back line. Now here comes Hernandez as she continues, and she got clipped up on that one. And she will get up off the field turf here at Munster High School very slowly after that one.
Now this is a great opportunity right now for the Purdue Cal Peregrines to put something away. Really momentum builder to get something in with 1 minute to go in this half.
So Salinas now with the indirect here as now Rowski comes up. She goes right at the goal and a little bit too much helium on the soccer ball. She's trying to get some of that clockwise spin on the ball on a counter rotation. And we're down to 1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the scoreless first half.
Oh, Manchester not able to keep control of the ball. This would have been key right now, especially in your own area, to keep control of the ball.
Good Eve looking on the left wing on the play. Good job by Laura Jenkins for the Spartans to intercept that potential cross on the wing. And Kraus cannot save it off the far side with a half a minute remaining here in a scoreless first half. Trying to get it off to the far side on the play to Rossler. Now Maxine will go ahead and throw it in with 18 seconds remaining. Hernandez has got a little bit of room to operate. Her shot knocked down at the defense. And the Spartans able to clear it out of there now with 10 seconds remaining. They come together in the midfield third with Good Even as the ball gets kicked towards the Spartan bench. The sands of the hourglass are going to run out here on the Spartans and the Peregrines as the head coach, Andrew Start, will now take his charges from the Manchester University Spartans to the far side of the complex here, and Leslie Ferguson will regroup the Peregrines in the opposite direction here, Kent, and a first half that saw a couple of opportunities out here, but really nothing glorious for either side in the first half.
Yeah, you're right. There was nothing really that was that adventurous for either keeper to have to deal with, but for the shots, all the stats are pretty well even up. Both keepers had a couple saves. Shots on goal, I had 4 for each team. Fouls was five fouls against the Manchester Spartans, 3 fouls against Purdue. Other than that, and a corner kick for each squad. So it's basically being played in the middle of the field with not a lot of numbers or stats to keep track of.
Good job by Stephanie Salinas on the defensive end for the Purdue University Calumet Peregrines, as a young lady out of West Chicago, Illinois, doing a good job of distributing in the midfield third for Leslie Ferguson's ball club. And meanwhile, the Spartans getting some spark from Brandy Kraus on the wing. Caitlin Barta ended up sitting out a good majority of the latter part of the first half of play, Kent. And let's take a look at the numbers here at the end of 45 minutes of action here from Munster High School.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, goalkeepers haven't been very, very busy out there. We have 1 save for Willman, or 2 saves for Willman and 1 save for Merkowitz. The shots have been pretty even up. They've got Purdue Cal down for 7 shots on goal, and we got Manchester down for 4. So it's they're not really lighting up the scoreboard. Obviously, it's 0-0, nor are they really putting a lot of pressure on each keeper. Both the games basically being played in the middle of the field. Manchester came on in the second half of the first half to start to play a more aggressive game. They were kind of just laying back there for a while. As the game began, just to kind of get the feel of the turf and how things were going to work out. So they weren't really pressing very hard against the Purdue Cal Peregrines. But there in the second half, they seemed like they were able to start making their connections and putting things together.
Good news for the White Sox. The Cleveland Indians leading Detroit now on the top of the 6th by a score of 4-3. The Pirates, sorry, Kent, have taken a 9-5 lead over the Cubs in the top of the 6th, and the White Sox all
Cubs
over the Twins.
AAA team, okay? The Cubs, Iowa Cubs playing in Chicago.
And the White Sox all over the Twins now in the bottom of the 8th, 9-2. So they'll try to go up by 2 games prior to that game tomorrow in the makeup. And the Eagles, you could take all the Eagle fans off the ledge. They came back and defeated the Baltimore Ravens 24-23 today. Dolphins won a ball game over the Raiders today, 35-13. Boy, New Orleans now 0-2. They lose to the Carolina Panthers 35-27 today.
Wow. Well, they were decimated by that ruling. I don't think the players that got reinstated are back on the field yet, are they?
No.
Nor is their coaching staff or general manager.
Right.
So that's to be expected with down at New Orleans. How did the well, you said the Colts won already, right?
Yeah, it looks like Tampa is leading that ball game. Trying to figure this out here. I think looks like the Giants came back in that ball game. They were down, I know, but they got 41 points on the board right now, so they've come back. The Bills leading the Chiefs, if I'm reading this right, 35-17. And as we mentioned, the Eagles downing the Baltimore Ravens by 1 in that ball game late. And Kent, right now, if you're Leslie Ferguson, what are you talking to your team about here in a scoreless tie? You've had some chances, but have not created anything that you can really finish on in the first 45.
No, they haven't had. Neither team has really had anything really too opportunistic inside the box. So I think it's just a matter of control the midfield, get it out, and go quicker. We saw no transitions to speak of in the first half. Nothing was really going very quickly. So it's just a matter of trying to make things happen up top a lot faster. Throw it up there and then get the numbers on top of the ball. That's the best they can do right now. But Nikki Goody's doing a really nice job in the middle of the field controlling things. Salinas is doing a nice job. Diaz is doing great in the back. I mean, they've got all the pieces there. It's just a matter of penetrating that Manchester defense where they're keeping the four flat. They're covering each other very well back there on the Manchester defense. And their keeper, Willman, does a nice job of anticipating and coming out. Manchester's had some time up there at the front, on the offensive side, but nothing really threatening, nothing to be overly concerned about. Barda hasn't really clicked on her game yet, as we've seen her play through her high school career. So it's just a matter of keeping the ball, up top as much as they can, and then, trying to speed things up on the offensive end because they seem a little bit lethargic as they're trying to make something happen there on the front end.
Of course, Leslie Ferguson trying to get this program into the CCAC with some momentum after playing an independent schedule this season. 3-5-0 coming into this one with a 2-game winning streak. Her resume speaks for itself with 8 years with the Wabanzi Valley Chiefs with a mark of 87, 66, and 8, and really turning it up the last 4 years over there with a mark of 64, 21, and 4. So they were 43 games over 500 the last 4 years. Knows how to get it done as well as a former player from Judson University's Eagles, a 4-year letter winner over in Elgin, a 2-time NAIA All-American honorable mention, and an All-CCAC region performer as well. The Huntley, Illinois native has coached 41 first-team All-ISCC performers and 18 first-team All-Region 4 performers on the junior college circuit. So the program's in good hands, Kent. It's just a matter of getting some momentum as far as your recruiting is concerned, and also being able to pick up some of the local kids and continuing that tradition as well.
Yeah, I think Purdue's done a really nice job of the coaches that they brought in here to start the programs with James and Leslie. Now they both have come in here and put out a good product out there. They're young, so you've got to just go on with their growing pains and accept those. But the people they have brought in here have done an excellent job of starting the program, getting some kids out here. Got a good local flair to both teams, and some national recruits that have come in also. But as JR said earlier when we were talking to him, it's nice to be able for the kids in the area to say, hey, I can play collegiately and, still stay close to home.
Right.
And this way, maybe as Purdue gets their new field set up, Mike, you'll start seeing some of the high school kids going over and watching games too.
Yep, that'll help them with getting an idea what the program is all about. And, when you start getting the national attention and you start getting the kids from the region in the Midwest area getting involved, and then you may get that one blue chip recruit out of the west or east coast to come over here that maybe wants to study engineering or
True.
microbiology. I mean, you look at some of the majors of some of these kids: elementary education, public relations, business, nursing, microbiology, also behavioral sciences, and as well as child and family services and psychology and sociology, to go along with a terrific engineering program here at Purdue University Calumet. You're going to start to attract the top student athletes in the country.
And this is Purdue. As James Dreswicki talked about in your interview with him before the men's game. This is Purdue University. It may be Purdue Cal, but when you get your diploma, it says Purdue on it. It doesn't say Purdue Cal. So it's another thing too, is that Purdue Cal is now putting in dorms, I believe.
Oh, they've had them.
They've got dorms here, so you can.
Matter of fact, I think 7, if I'm not mistaken, one of the men's or the women's, I think 7 of the players were living on campus that were from out of town that are living on campus. Yeah,
so they're becoming a full-fledged college, recognizable across the nation and recruiting from across the nation. So, they offer everything that Purdue does, and in Northwest Indiana, you can get the education and the competition, right here in Hammond.
Scoreless tie here at the end of the first half of action. 45 minutes in the books here. The men from Purdue Calumet earlier today losing to Madonna University's Crusaders by a score of 4-0. Meanwhile, some programming notes on regional radio sports coming up this week. Kent and I will be just right down the complex over here at Munster High School for the ball game between the Highland Trojans and the Munster Mustangs. That'll be Tuesday evening of this week with our pregame coverage at 6:15 with the kickoff at 6:30. Always an entertaining matchup in the Northwest Crossroads Conference between the Trojans and the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's always a good game. I don't care where they stand in their records or what they've got going on. That's a bloodbath anytime that those two teams meet up. So we're looking forward to a good game. Munsters, I think they've got a good run on the conference right now.
Yep.
Highlands having their perks, but Munster's I think the team to beat in that particular conference.
9-2 on the season so far for Velflum, as they have done a great job with their non-conference schedule. They played Valparaiso. They lost to Valpo 2-1, but they're getting very good competition from outside the conference, which will definitely help them come tournament time. Later on in the week on RRSN.com, Ken Anderson's going to be out in Donaldson, Indiana, as the Ancilla College Chargers will be taking on Schoolcraft, the Ocelots. And that ball game will be on at 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern, right here on RRSN.com and Regional Radio Sports. We've got 6 high school football games coming up on Friday night. And one that is going to be interesting to the former Bricky to my immediate left.
Yeah, this is true. We'll be at the Hobart-Lowell game at Lowell this Friday. Hobart coming off a great win over Andrean this weekend. Surprised a lot of people. Most people saying Hobart's back finally. But and welcoming their return to competition, so to speak.
To relevance in Northwest Indiana.
To relevance,
football.
Yes. That's probably a more appropriate way to put it.
That was the words that they used in East Lansing last night many times.
With Notre Dame coming back and having a big win yesterday.
I can't believe they haven't been 3-0 since 2002. That blows my mind. I mean, it's been a decade since they've been 3-0 to start the season. But great performance by the defense last night, no question about that. And then we've got a great one coming up, Kent. We always look forward to going down to Wheatfield, Indiana.
Oh, yes.
And Drew Becker and the guys will be down there with their built-in press box for us in the bleachers on Saturday. And we're going to have a dandy because Wheeler knocked off Boone Grove yesterday. So Wheeler now is 11-1.
Wow.
They've won the Northwest Indiana Soccer Conference, and meanwhile Kankakee Valley is, 6-2-2 and doing a great job under John Huffnagel, and they've got their starting keeper back now, Mackenzie Duars, who was hurt. So I'm really looking forward to that one on Saturday.
That'll be a good game, yeah. That'll be a good afternoon game to take in. I think game time 11:15.
11:15 pregame. and 11:30 kickoff. But, yeah, that should be a good one. And then another good one we've got coming up the following Monday to end the regular season. And all you got to say is Bishop Knoll versus Andrean, and that you could stop right there.
Yeah, that'll be a good matchup. Andrean's having an astounding year. I'm not sure where they're rated at right now.
Number
they were
3.
rated third right now, because I think
in 1A, yeah.
In 1A, I think they were rated started the season like 6th, and they worked their way up to 3rd. And Bishop Knoll, they're having an outstanding year. They just tied Chesterton yesterday. They just tied Chesterton, a Duneland Conference team. So they're having a good year, and you're right. It's the Battle of the Catholics.
Yes, it is, and we'll have pregame coverage on September 24th, 6:15 pregame with a kickoff at 6:30 as the teams get set to come back on the pitch here. Academic excellence is the foundation of Purdue University Calumet with the distinction of a world-renowned Purdue degree. Purdue Calumet offers the opportunity to apply traditionally obtained knowledge in hands-on real-world ways through experiential learning. Purdue Calumet, your hometown university. So the teams will change ends now. The Manchester University Spartans, they changed their name too, Ken. It used to be Manchester College.
It's been Manchester College, and I think it was just a couple years ago there, or was it?
It was just recently.
Recently, they changed it to Manchester University.
Yep.
And it's a great school. Like I said, I went there. My 2 brothers went there. My niece went there.
Looks like they got about a little bit over 1,800 for an enrollment, so it's a nice size.
Yeah, it's a good size. They offer all types of curriculums. I believe they have a few master's programs. It's in North Manchester, Indiana, which is a very comfortable small farm town. But I can't say enough about the education we got out of there, and what it's done for my family. Matter of fact, that's where I met my wife, at Manchester College. She came down for a visit with my roommate's girlfriend, and Peggy and I have.
The rest is history, right?
The rest is history. 35 years.
What is their curriculum there as far as what do they emphasize as
education and accounting? Education.
It's a business school.
And business, yeah. I got a degree in business administration and economics, played football down there.
So the Peregrines now will be going from right to left. Good to see Alex Richmond up here walking underneath his own power now after a very physical game, and good to see that he's okay now after getting nicked up out there a little bit. He's got a wrap on the right ankle right now as he kind of strolls by us right now. And Kent trying to get the lowdown right now from the striker for the Peregrines as he makes his way up here very gingerly, Kent.
He said he got cleated on his right ankle, just on the inside. No stitches or anything like that, but it's just a good hack.
So the Spartans now moving from left to right on your laptop, dressed in the black jerseys with the gold trim down the side of the trunks with the gold numerals. As they control it off the right side on the play, trying to get it in there. Vanessa Hernandez with a good job of thwarting that situation. Schmagrinoff ran out of room on the near touchline. Throwing now for Laura Jenkins and Manchester University.
Ooh, bet megged herself.
I don't know if Lowe could do that again if she tried. Be another throw-in now for Jenkins and Manchester. You don't have those throw-ins come into play as much, Kent, with the wider pitch here. Of course, you got the track as well, so that makes it a little bit treacherous to make a long walk up or run up on the play. Now a cross on the play by McAfee looking on the far sideline. Good job of sealing off weak side by the Peregrines, Cindy McDonald.
Yeah, I think it caught the striker on the far side by surprise, seeing that ball come through. Yeah, I don't think Harper was quite ready for it.
Here's the throw-in now on the play, looking for Lowe. Little one-touch now over to Kraus. The ball deflected and a save by Mazurkowitz on the turnaround shot that time off the foot of Brandy Kraus.
It's a good job of just a quick turn and fire away. I mean, it's something that could probably catch the keeper off guard if you keep doing it.
Kraus came in with 4 shots on the season, and she's done a good job here. Of course, part of that Spartan team last year that was 7-10-1 and 5-4 in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Members of that particular conference now include the Anderson, the Ravens, Transylvania, the aforementioned Manchester Spartans, Rose-Hulman, the Engineers, Earlham, Hanover, Franklin, Defiance, Mount St. Joseph's, and Bluffton.
Boy, those names sound familiar.
Teams you probably played on the gridiron a few times.
Yeah, whether in conference or out. But I do know that Transylvania, right, is a long one.
Now, where is that exactly?
It's down in central Kentucky.
Okay. Not in Europe, I tell
No.
you. Wrong Transylvania, right?
No, and they don't wear a lot of black.
Ground ball attack now looking for Kraus on the right wing. Brandy trying to get the Kraus. Here it comes, and Mazurkiewicz took it right off the noggin that time of Lowe, who was knifing in there, number 15. Check that, Bridget Lowe from La Quinta, California, and she was trying to get in there for a potential header. 42 minutes remaining in regulation. Scoreless tie here between the Peregrines and the Spartans. Second half of our doubleheader out here today. Now Jenkins with a beautiful one-touch at the 18 is coming in there, and a good defensive play, and then the ball rolls past the far post, and now one of the Peregrines is down for the count, and that is number 15, Crystal Kirchhoff.
I tell you, Purdue did a nice job of cutting that out between the defender and the keeper. Maybe there was a little bit of miscommunication there, but that was a good run at the net.
McAfee will do the honors now for the Spartans with 41 minutes remaining in regulation of a scoreless tie. She gets her teammates all set now on the set piece. Opportunity goes by the wayside here, and they're going to call push in the back on the Manchester University Spartans. And Purdue Calumet has academic excellence, and it's the foundation, and with the distinction of a world-renowned Purdue degree. Purdue Calumet offers the opportunity to apply traditionally obtained knowledge in hands-on, real-world ways through experiential learning. Purdue Calumet, your hometown university. Good job by Rowski to get it out of there.
I think Diaz let it go, hoping she would be there. I was wondering if they were miscommunicating or if things went as planned there.
So right now the Peregrines trying to get something going offensively as Manchester has had the better of the play.
Mm-hmm. First 5 minutes they've controlled the ball, controlled the tempo.
So Leslie Ferguson, who built up that program at Waubonsee Valley in Illinois with the Chiefs, assisted by Corey Duran from Lake Central High School. 25 years experience for Corey. And, of course, the state title for the Lake Central Indians back in 2002. Midfield third now for the Spartans, but intercepted on the play by Hernandez, the former governor, going on the play to Nikki Goodeve. Goodeve now coming in on the play with a ground ball attack now in the midfield third. They were trying to get it to Nurtaugh. Now a one-timer and a save off the foot of Maxine Rossler. And a good job there by Emily Woolman to come down with the ball for Manchester. Rossler showing why she's been amongst the top shooters for the Peregrines. Came in with 25 shots on the season. The elementary education, special education major out of Big Rock, Illinois. 15 minutes gone now. An opportunity goes by the wayside, is coming in from the far side. For the Spartans was Georginas. And Sophie took advantage there of a little bit of miscommunication there by the Peregrine defense.
Yeah, just a little bit off the mark, but right in the right position, set up well.
39 minutes now remaining in a scoreless tie. Ball gets hit towards the midfield area. McAfee settles it down. Nice one-touch by Rowe. Now coming out on the play is Mazurkiewicz. As she did a good job of taking it right off the foot of Bridget Rowe for the Spartans.
Yeah, lucky she was playing out a little bit already. She wasn't back on the line. She was already out well outside the goal box and was able to come up and get that.
Schmagrinoff trying to do a spinorama move here on the near touch line. 38-35 remaining in regulation of a 2-2 tie. Rowski now, double deuce, will go over here to Rachel Schmagrinoff, the former Mustang, now trying to go with a seal off here on the near touch line to Rossler. Throw in now for the Peregrines. Rowski will come up here up the touch line, and she'll try to skip it off of that turf. Good job of centering the ball by Rossler over to Hernandez, looking for Nurtaugh. Kirsten Nurtaugh now leaves it for Schmagrinoff, trying to break through the defense on the play. They've got some numbers, and they force a bailout there by the Spartans, throwing Peregrines.
Yeah, all she could do right there is kick the ball off the field so their teammates could set up.
Schmagrinoff now with a dangerous throw into Nurtout. Kirsten trying to get in there on the play, and again they have the Spartans clear it out towards the near sideline.
Yeah, Barker just saving time and saving her team.
So that was a nice job of sequencing there by the Peregrines. Good dribbling ability in the back line by Priscilla Diaz. Down to 37-27 remaining here in regulation of a scoreless tie. The former Wildcat from Hanover Central, now Kirsten Nurtout, trying to work her magic, but her offensive foray got thwarted. And now to bring it back to Salinas in the midfield third with a crossover dribble. Back to Double Deuce Rowski. Rowski now goes on the near touch line on the play for Schmagrinoff. Deep into Spartan territory. Here's her cross on the play, and Willman comes out and intercepts the cross. Might have been better served there to get a little bit more helium under the soccer ball.
Yeah, but Willman did a nice job of seeing where the ball was going to be at. Positioned herself on the near post and was able, and is always tall enough to go up and get the high one, but positioned herself well to go ahead and take away that cross.
The former Mustang takes a tumble in the midfield third now. Rowski with a header trying to get it to herself, but it's stolen on the play by Kraus. Brandy now with a ground ball attack into the midfield third for the Spartans as they come back from left to right. Missed the combination there with Kraus, and that will result in a goal kick for Zerkowitz and the Peregrines. Purdue Calumet Athletics would like to announce the hiring of its new athletic director, Rick Costello. Costello comes to Purdue Calumet after a stint at Wisconsin-Milwaukee as a director of athletics. Costello will be charged with continuing the expansion of the Peregrines athletic program. Again, special thanks to Jamar Goodman for helping us today with his terrific camera work out here. Kudos go out to him as well as Jordan Bruner and the rest of the staff here and their hospitality. Saw John Friend earlier. He was here. And, of course, it's got to make him very happy to see the school that he started off with.
Right, Purdue Cal, that's right.
Starting to, build. And, of course, he was over here with the football program for many years at Munster High School as well. Good through ball now deep into Spartan territory. He's back defensively now is McKinney. And she'll just bide some time and kick it over the far touchline in a scoreless tie. 35-19 remaining in regulation. The Peregrines in the offensive third now down into the corner. Spinorama move off the backside by Cindy McDonald as they get it back now on the play to Rossler. Rossler now will give way to Salinas as Stephanie now will regroup. And now they got McDonald offside as the Spartans that time, Kent, did a great job with the offside trap.
Yeah, they keep pushing up quickly, That takes a lot of discipline to get four people to do it together, but they did it very well that time. Now they'll have a free kick
right now still staying with that lineup out there, Kent.
Not a lot of substituting in this game.
Now Nurtout with a little tip pass over to Goodeve, trying to get it back to Kirsten, splitting the defense off the right side. She comes in and she got taken off the ball nicely by number 11, Megan McKinney, the Centerville, Ohio graduate out of Centerville High School. And I tell you what, that's right in the penalty box, Ken, and you've got to be careful in there.
Well, she did a nice job of just keeping focused on the ball. As long as you're focusing on the ball, there's a very good chance you're not going to get called for a penalty. But once you start focusing on the man, that's when you're really in trouble.
Yeah, and of course, definitely kept it with a vertical play with the physical play instead of going horizontally into the player. And now it looks like it's going to be a goal kick here for the Peregrines after a nice run on the left wing by the Spartans.
Defensively, very well done by Purdue.
Boy, Bridget Rowe has got some great speed on the wing for head coach Stout. Doing a great job out there, and the young lady is out of La Quinta, California, as we talked about, the Rose sisters, 5'10" and a freshman. And Bridget is also 5'10" and a freshman.
And coming on the field, Allison Rowe.
Number 16, Allison Rowe.
33-12 remaining here in a scoreless second half with Laura Jenkins, who played a whale of a game. Ground ball attack now looking for Brandy Kraus. Kraus for the Spartans with her cross on the play, looking for Rowe. It got by Jenkins trying to pick up the slack on the play. Now and then a crossover dribble. Getting by the defense on the play was Amber Oster. And the Peregrines now come back with a Nikki Goodeve counter. 32:45 remaining in a scoreless first half with Cindy McDonald for Purdue University Calumet. She's on the right wing right now. Nurtout start trying to stay on side. Maxine Rossler now gets some midfield support on the play from Hernandez. Vanessa back on the right wing on the play as they try to let it go onto the wing. A little shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Throw-in, Peregrines.
Again, McKinney just knocks it out of bounds, lets her team regroup.
Forcing everything to the outside, keeping it away from Emily Willman, the keeper. Now the cross on the play, and the Willman will just pick it up on the play and then go with a little scoop pass here off to the right wing. 32 minutes remaining in regulation. 0-0 ball game. Good job defensively.
Got away with the handball there.
Must have ruled it inadvertent. Is now Salinas with a little one-touch toe pass. And now Diaz working hard with Lowe. And it'll be a throw-in for the Peregrines. Looking ahead, Manchester will have one game at home and then 2 more coming up on the road at Oberlin. And then they start their Heartland College Athletic Conference schedule with the Hanover Panthers before the Franklin Grizzlies come into town on October the 3rd. And then it'll be Transylvania and Defiance as they will go strictly with conference play. Now Mazurkowicz comes in. It's a 50-50 ball, and she took it right off the noggin of Kraus.
That's nerve-wracking to stand there and wait for the ball to come down when somebody's charging in your face.
Yeah, it's not the most comfortable thing for a keeper, especially at the 12. Throw-in coming up now for the Spartans, number 16, Allison Rowe.
Nice throw-in, good and deep.
Looking for Sister Bridget on the play, and now Diaz does a good time of allowing the ball to hit off the noggin of Brandy Kraus. And now we've played 15 minutes of scoreless soccer here in the second half. Beautiful evening and afternoon for soccer. Got a nice crowd watching the game out here today at Munster High School. They've been treated to some collegiate soccer all afternoon long, as now it looks like Andy Stout's going to go to the bench here. The next stoppage of play. Goodeve now with a toe touch on the play up the elevator shaft looking for Nurtout. Kirsten tried to mix it up in there, but it is stolen and controlled by the Spartans from Manchester University. Jenkins off the right side now to Kraus. She's 1-on-2 on the left wing. Tipped over the near touchline by Diaz. Throw in for Manchester.
And who we got coming in?
Amber
Kent from Fountain.
And Barta back into the ball game.
Indiana. And
Barta had kind of a long layoff there, Kent.
Yeah, I was just looking earlier. I didn't see her out there. I wondered if something happened or they're just giving some other kids some time to play.
Allison Rowe now will go into the mixer on the throw and gets by the defense. Mazurkowicz is there, a shot, and a goal! The Spartans have taken the lead as the ball got by Mazurkowicz on the play. And coming in to get the goal for the Spartans, I believe, is Lowe. And she will get credited for the goal, and number 15 gets the score as Bridget will score it, and she will get it at 50-28.
Who did we see the assist came from? That was just off a throw-in.
That was off the throw-in,
yeah. I think the throw-in caught the keeper by surprise, just got it over the scrum's head there, so to speak, and then she didn't see it coming. Good move by Rowe to see what's happening and get her foot on it right as they came together.
First goal of the season for the freshman out of La Quinta, California. She came in with only 2 shots on the season, but she made no mistake about that one as Mazurkowicz came out. So now the Peregrines with an uphill battle here trying to improve that winning streak to 3 games.
They got plenty of time. 29 minutes to go in the second half.
So here's Hernandez. Nice ground ball attack now in the midfield third to Nikki Goodeve. Goodeve looking on the right side now to Cindy McDonald. McDonald now will try to circle that ball and go with a potential cross in the corner. Looking for some midfield support now from Nikki, and a good job of aggressive reading on the play by number 11, Megan McKenney for the Spartans. So 1-0 lead now for Manchester University. And Purdue Calumet, of course, who was ahead only 1-0 in the ball game the other day over in Hebron before getting 6 second-half goals in the ball game. Will try to continue that offensive prowess here in the second half in Munster. 28-12 remaining in regulation. 1-0 lead now for Manchester. Looking for more outside the 18 on a 50-50 ball. Knocked down nicely at the defense.
Diaz.
Good job by Diaz, Kent.
Yeah, she does a nice job of just holding her position and being in the right spot.
Back comes Goodeve now with a right-handed touch over to Rachel Schmagranoff, the former Mustang, back over on the play to Nikki as the former combatants trying to work some magic together. Good spinorama move in the midfield third by Amber Kent for Manchester over to Caitlin Barda. Barda now trying to get by the ever-ferocious Roski here on the right wing. One touch now going to the former Panther from Griffith High School. Caitlin Barda now, here's her cross on the play. Got through everybody
wide
on
open.
the defense. Opportunity goes over the crossbar on the shot there as Caitlin Barda set the table that time for the Spartans.
Goal kick, PUC.
I believe that was Georginas on the left wing there, Kent, with the opportunity off the cross from Caitlin.
Yeah, that was a great out. She was wide open. Purdue had left the backside wide open, and she was able to collect the ball and have plenty of time to look at the net. Is that Tutsarinas?
Georginas.
Oh,
Well, check that. That was low, it looks like. And that was Bridget Rowe. 26:47 remaining here in regulation. Now McAfee looking deep in the corner for Barda. Barda does the heel pass starter play. Diaz just says, thank you very much.
Yeah, set it right up for her, but dribbled it out of bounds.
So throw in now for Laura Jenkins and the Spartans. She'll stay inside the field turf in front of the track. Ball is now kicked back towards the 18 where the Peregrines have the answer. Back to Nurtout, trying to control the soccer ball. Got some help on the play from McDonald. 26:15 remaining in regulation. Manchester 1, Purdue University Calumet nothing. Here come the Peregrines now on the counter, looking for Rossler on the wing. Good job on the play of getting by the defense now. Off the right side they go. Here's the feed from Goody, looking for Nurtout, trying to control in the box. She got taken down.
Many numbers.
Now it comes back to Hernandez. She'll line it up with a shot to the near side, and it goes past the near post. It will be a goal kick now for the Spartans. Diaz will get a well-deserved break as Priscilla will take a seat.
I wouldn't be too comfortable leaving her out for very long. She's had a really good game back there for him.
And Rachel Matson, wearing number 13 today, is going to come into the lineup back there. The former Lake Central Indian, 5'6" sophomore, will come into the lineup. Rachel also the backup keeper, so she knows what defense is all about out there. Rowski now in the near touchline on the play with 25 minutes remaining in regulation. Manchester holding on to a 1-0 lead on the goal by Bridget Rowe at 50-28 off the throw-in. And now Andrew Stout's going to go back to the bench and give Laura Jenkins a breather on the right wing.
Jenkins has had a very good game
yes,
out
she
there
has.
for him. Good
She's
distribution.
made some nice little moves.
During the match for the Spartans,
good distribution.
Allison
good
Harper.
positioning.
So a former South Bend Clay Colonial, Allison Harper, out of Granger, Indiana, a 5'5" junior, will enter the lineup now for Andrew Stout and the Spartans from Manchester University. 24:18 remaining in regulation and a 1-0 lead for Manchester. One touch off the far side on the play. Knifing in off the near side is Georginas with a shot and a save by Mazurkowicz. Did a great job of diving to her left on the play as they ruled that the pass was onside.
Yeah, it looked like she was a touch off sides taken off with that, but good save there by Mazurkowicz to go ahead and scoop that away from going to the far post.
Good angular soccer now up to Hernandez. Vanessa now with a nice job of getting the afterburners going. They were looking for a through ball. Now they got an opportunity here. 1v1 coming here on the left side for Rossler, and her cross She couldn't quite get around and turned on the ball, but that was a great one-touch through there, Ken.
Yeah, that was. That was a nice setup, nice one-touch through the defense of Manchester. But it would have been better if the Rossler would have gone ahead and pulled up and kept control of the ball and tried to reset something instead of taking a weak shot.
Yeah, it was a little bit too much momentum for her going towards the goal line.
And she was going left foot, too, and she's obviously right foot strong.
Now Barta with her back towards the defense on the play. Gets some help in the midfield third from McAfee. And now they'll regroup now off the left side on the play to McKenney. 23 minutes remaining in regulation. Spartans 1, Peregrines nothing. Now trying to get it over to Barta, and a good job by Matson. She got pushed off the ball. Now a one-timer will go well over the crossbar by McAfee, and that will result in a Mazurkowicz goal kick.
PUC.
Purdue Calumet would like to thank its sponsors for the 2012 season, including Papa John's of Hammond and Christensen Chevrolet.
22:30 to go in this game. Second half, Manchester on top, 1-0.
Be interesting to see, Kent, when Coach Ferguson decides maybe to bring up a midfielder from that central midfield area to help out Nurtout, Goodeve, Schmagrinoff, and Rossler.
At this point right now, it's way too early.
Yeah, one-goal deficit.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time in the game right now to do a lot of things.
So Rowski now will go with the throw-in here off the near touchline. She will go short on the play to Matson. Back over to Emily, and they run out of real estate here on the near touchline.
A little too short a field to be trying to play that up.
Yeah, definitely a different kind of ball game with the field turf. Of course, last time out, the Peregrines over at Hallmark's Fields over there. Now a quick throw and a restart on the Barter, trying to get the left foot free opportunity, and a save by Mazurkowicz on the shot by Georginas off the left wing for the Spartans.
That was a very good save because that was set up well by Manchester, and she was going far post in good hands by Mazurkowicz to get down on it.
Georginas with yet another shot on the left wing. She came in with 6 shots out of Huron High School in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Now off the left wing, the centering pass is intercepted on the play. Is trying to get the center that time was Maxine Rossler. 50-50 ball. It's Salinas in there battling. And now Rowe, one touch looking for Barta. And Barta is offside on the play in the midfield third.
Offsides on Manchester.
She obviously didn't agree with that. But
so we're now down, coming up on 20 minutes remaining here in regulation. And Hernandez has been the one that's been the straw that stirred the drink in the midfield third here. And we'll see if they can get her speed going in the offensive mid position. Here's McDonald now on the right wing for the Peregrines, trying to go give and go with the through ball at the 18. Good job by Barker to get back and cover up for the Spartans. Now off the right side they go. Good job by Nurtout to let it go. Let's see if she can catch up with it. She does. Trying to force the corner now on the right wing, and then it goes off of McDonald. What a great defensive play there by Megan McKenney for Manchester.
Yeah, she did a nice job of just staying in position and getting her foot on the ball and just taking the foot off of the Peregrine's foot when she had the opportunity.
Back comes Hernandez now, the former governor from Morton High School, knifing through. Her shot at the 18 is going to result in a corner kick now for the Peregrines.
Corner kick.
So Rachel Schmagrinoff, who's had a career of ringing the cash register on these set pieces, will try to get something going here with 19:26 remaining in regulation, with Purdue Calumet trailing by a score of 1-0. Here's Rachel's cross. Willman comes out of the net on the play with a 2-puncher. Now Hernandez trying to get in there on the play as the ball laid at the 18.
No one can seem to get their foot on the ball.
Now right side, Nurtrod trying to come in on the play, and another great defensive play by Barker and the Spartans.
Barker did a nice job of hooking around that striker to get her foot on the ball.
Nurtrod very dangerous there in the mixer. All-time Hanover Central scoring career leader with 58 goals and 33 assists. Coming off the sectional championship for Jim Pattison back in 2011. public relations major here at Purdue University Calumet. 18:28 left. Now Madsen took a chance and got burned on the play by Bridget Rowe. Rowe now on a nice run here off the left side on the play, trying to angle in, stops and now chips it to the right side, but Barta couldn't catch up with it.
She could have laid that back just a little bit further. Barta may have got her foot on it, but it was just a little bit too close to the post.
Now Laura Jenkins will come back in, and Georginis will get a break. Less than 18 minutes now remaining in the match. 1-0 lead for Manchester Spartans. The goal coming at 50-28 by Bridget Rowe off a throw-in deep in Peregrine territory.
Free kick, PUC.
Right now trying to get Rossler and Nurtout involved here offensively. Now Rowski will go with a free kick here, defensive portion, midfield third, near side. Rowe now will give way on the play off the right side to Allison Harper, but they hit it over the near touchline. So Rowski now will go with the throw-in with 17 minutes remaining in regulation. The Peregrines trailing by 1. Nutmeg attempt is thwarted, but then Schmagrinoff got a nice cross on the play over to Nurtout. Boy, Barker just does a good job of keeping right up on Kirsten.
Good stop there by Manchester's number 22,
Brudvig. Now a potential 2-on-1 brewing as Madsen gets back and does a good job of just chipping it over the far touchline. That could have spelled danger there with Barta right in the wings. Centering pass now on the play to Amber. They try to tip it towards the goal line. And now it will be kicked over the goal line, resulting in a goal kick now from the Zerkowitz and the Peregrines. At Purdue Calumet is a growing athletic department that currently features 10 intercollegiate athletic programs. The Peregrines will be adding baseball and softball for the 2013 and 14 academic year. For more information about the Purdue Calumet athletic program, visit PurdueCalSports.com.
Just under 16 minutes to go in this game. Manchester on top, 1-0. Manchester's kind of controlled the pace of the game this second half. At the start of the game, Mike, Purdue came out on top. They were controlling everything for about the first 10 to 15 minutes. Manchester looked like they were pretty lethargic from the road trip.
Right.
And now they've kind of turned things around and slowly taking control.
15:27 remaining in regulation. And so far, the Bridget Rowe goal has held up for Andrew Stout's Charges. Midfield third on the play to Rowe, trying to curve around the ball for Barta. Rowski now will come back, and Ellie will go ahead and just buy some time and kick it over the far touchline. Beautiful complex here at Munster High School. Of course, they have the practice field far off on the east side of the complex.
That's even turf.
Yeah, and then, of course, you got the opportunity for soccer on that field as well. And, of course, we'll be back on the pitch in the high school level on Tuesday on WJOB 12:30 a.m. and RRSN.com for the matchup between the Munster Mustangs and the Highland Trojans.
Number 7, Priscilla Diaz.
Those two teams don't like each other, Ken.
I know. It's kind of like that. Anytime you do a Highland, Griffith, Munster game, any of those combination, any of those schools, it's always pretty interesting.
Yep, the battle of the bridge.
Whether it's boys or girls.
14:17 remaining in regulation. The Peregrines trying to get something going here, trailing 1-0. Now Hernandez off the right side on the play, settles it down over to Goody. She tried a one-timer on the play, knocked down by double deuce Adrian Brudvig for the Spartans. Good job of aggressive play by Heather Olson now on the right wing, looking for Nurtout. And again, Barker is right there, and wherever Nurtout goes, there is Barker for the Spartans.
They're sticking close. Right now they're down to just under 14 minutes in this game, so things are going to get a little bit testy. on both sides. Purdue trying to come back to get back into this game, at least tie it so they can send it to overtime. Manchester wanting to go home with a happy ride and a win.
Now midfield third on the plate of Nikki Goodeve, the former Highland Trojan, with a beautiful one-touch on the right wing to Cindy McDonald. McDonald looking for some room in the midfield third. She was trying to get it to Salinas. Good job of anticipation by McAfee for the Spartans with 13-14 remaining in regulation and a 1-0 lead for the Spartans. Official says play on after the foul because the Spartans had control of the play. And now they bring it back on the play now to Stephanie Salinas. Salinas has had a good run here for the Peregrines. 15 shots coming into today's action as now they rule the Spartans offside. 4 assists on the season as well. So she's done a great job not only protecting the net, but also setting up her teammates as well. Now Nurtaut's going to put the heat up on the kitchen on the Spartans. Rowe is able to almost stolen by Schmagrinoff on that one. And now back come the Peregrines off the giveaway. Rossler coming in with the right foot at the 18. Couldn't get by the brick wall there, set up by McKinney. Now Hernandez trying to knife through on the play, but too many black jerseys between them and Emily Woolman.
Manchester setting up their defense well. I mean, the forward, the flat, and the back are staying back and staying put, but their midfielders are dropping back rather quickly and helping out.
Now a reverse header by Barda over on the wing to Rowe. Good physical play on the right side as getting in there was Heather Olson. Maybe an extra forearm shiver thrown in on that one.
I think that was a little knee in the back.
So it's going to be a free kick opportunity now for the Spartans in the offensive portion on the left wing for Manchester. 11:30 remaining in regulation. Manchester 1, Purdue Calumet nothing. So doing the honors will be number 18, Diane McAfee, the former Charger from Fort Wayne Carroll High School, as the Peregrines set up the three-man wall.
Offsides line set about the 12.
Here comes the kick by McAfee, deflected off a couple players, a shot and a goal! The Spartans have taken a 2-0 lead. Was that Amber Kent?
I believe.
So Kent is going to get credit for the goal, and it is going to come at 78-47.
Who took the free kick, Mike?
That was on the wing. That was McAfee.
McAfee took it, so she'll get the assist.
So McAfee gets the assist. And now a sense of urgency is going to have to come over the Peregrines here now down by a deuce.
With 11 minutes to go right now, they're going to have to change a few things, get a little bit more aggressive on the offensive side.
Second goal of the season for the 5'5 sophomore out of Fountaintown, Indiana, in Morristown High School. And a good job of getting that assist there by McAfee. She's been doing a good job on those set pieces all afternoon long. And she picks up her first helper of the season. Now Mazurkowicz will have it kicked out of her hands on the play.
That was Diaz just kicking it out of bounds to try and let her team get back and regroup.
So a 2-goal deficit now facing the Peregrines here with 10:20 remaining in regulation. Manchester now on the attack, looking at the 18, but the Peregrines are there. And now they'll settle it down on the plate of Vanessa Hernandez. She needs to get some help, and she gets it in the form of Nikki Goodeve. Now they try to go give and go on the play outside this midfield circle with 10 minutes. 10 minutes remaining in the match. Peregrines need 2 to tie. Here's Diaz now on the midfield third. Salinas now with a long attack looking for McDonald, who tried to stay onside. Ball's got all kinds of momentum going towards the corner, and it'll result in an Emily Woolman goal kick. Woolman had the shutout earlier this season against Olivet in the Olivet tournament, and then the scoreless tie against Wilmington College in Ohio. So she's in line right now for her third shutout of the season. Peregrines have got 9:20 left to work with here, trailing 2-0. Selena's trying to battle in there as the Peregrines starting to kind of push some people up a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to have to get more aggressive on the offensive side and probably going to have to let their defense stand open a little bit more than what they have been doing.
McDonald along with Hernandez and Nurtaud in the offensive third now for the Peregrines. They're trying to build now from right to left on your laptop with Rachel Schmagrinoff. Cross now off to the far side looking for Nurtaud, but they roll Kirsten offside on the right wing.
Looked very close to me, but he's right down there looking at it. We're up here. She must have been one step behind her. 8:30 to go in the game here, 2-0 for Manchester.
Academic excellence is the foundation of Purdue University Calumet with the distinction of a world-renowned Purdue degree. Purdue Calumet offers the opportunity to apply traditionally obtained knowledge in hands-on, real-world ways.
Whoa.
As that laser beam went over the crossbar.
Good touch by Goodeve.
Over the crossbar. Goal kick, Manchester.
Purdue Calumet offering the opportunity to apply traditionally obtained knowledge in hands-on, real-world ways through experiential learning. Purdue Calumet, your hometown university. So Barda now out of the lineup, along with Harper. And Georginas back in there now for Manchester, along with number 21, Kabrina Udre-Yusuf out of Decatur Central High School. And now it looks like Hernandez got clipped up here in the midfield third, and they're going to stop the clock here with 7:32 remaining in regulation.
That was quite the hip check thrown on Hernandez right there.
That's the second time that she's ended up on the pitch today. Former Morton Governor who set all kinds of records in Hessville.
Mm-hmm.
Young lady's going to be studying nursing here. The MVP as well as the Player of the Year with the Govs, a 4-time letter winner with the Morton Governors. So a free kick opportunity now for the Peregrines as Rossler will try to ring the cash register here with 7:32 remaining and a 2-0 lead for Manchester. Rossler decides to try to go around the wall on the play there. And Barker will kick it past Goodeve, throw in Peregrines.
That's a good play if you can execute it really quickly and crisply. But if you don't do it, if you did it like that, it obviously doesn't work very well. But it's a good way to catch the defense off guard.
Yeah, sometimes trying to go around the wall.
It works if you do it right.
Counterattack is thwarted nicely on the play by Diaz, but then she got her pocket picked, and now Diaz is on the pitch right now. She got clipped up. Here come the Spartans on the counter with Krause centering pass, looking on the play for Kent. And now with the Peregrines getting control, and of course right now the concern is for the health of Priscilla Diaz. As it looked like there may have been some knee-to-knee contact there in the offensive portion of the midfield third.
Can't see what they're looking at, her knee or her hip.
Once again, some programming notes here on Regional Radio Sports coming up on Tuesday evening. Yours truly, along with Kent Rosenbaum, we will be over at right back here at Munster. And it looks like Cabrera just hit a 3-run home run for the Tigers to take a 6-5 lead, Kent. So much for the Indians doing us any favors.
Are the Tigers going to get in with the wild card anyways?
No. Whoever gets in from that division is going to have to win the division.
Oh, it's coming out of the East, isn't it?
You got Tampa Bay, you got the Yankees, you got Baltimore. Sox did win that ball game 9-2, so right now they're a game and a half up. Texans leading the Jaguars 27-7 in that ball game.
Texans, I heard somebody pick them to go all the way to the Super Bowl.
Well, they got the depth. They've developed a pretty good program down there. The thing that amazes me is they've had so many quarterback injuries, and they're still able to overcome that. And, Kent, let's take a look at some of the numbers here with 6:47 remaining in the game and a 2-0 lead for Manchester.
As far as the shots on goal, Manchester has got 13 shots on goal versus Purdue Cal's 10. And it's quite a turnaround in the halves, because at the first half, Manchester had 4, Purdue Cal had 7. Now in the second half, we've got 9 in favor of Manchester, only 3 for Calumet. Willman for Manchester has 3 saves. Mazurkowicz, Keeley has 4 saves for Purdue Cal.
Corner right now, kicks Hernandez being taken off gingerly, Kent, to the sideline. And Leslie Ferguson's going to help out right now along with the staff. It's been a very rough and physical day for the Peregrines out here today. Of course, we just talked with Alex Richmond as well, and he was nipped up on a spike.
Yeah, he was wrapped up, but he looked mobile, and he looked like he kind of assured us that he'd be ready to go. But it's just one of those things where you just got to let it heal and deal with the pain as you go on.
6:47 remaining in the game. 2-0 lead for Manchester. 52
goals were scored by Bridget Rowe and Amber Kent for Manchester, assisted by Diane McAfee.
Yeah, McAfee's been taking those set pieces all day long for the black and gold. Now Schmagrinoff trying to tip it into the midfield circle on the play, but Kent is right there to steal, but then picked up by Rossler. 6:27 remaining in the match. 2-0 lead for Manchester. Now Hernandez comes back. Ground ball attack, looking for Nurtout, coming in on the play, 1v1 with Willman, and she whiffed on the cross. Trying to get it into the midfield circle there, Kent, and boy, that was a great through ball.
But that's the killer of this turf field. On grass, that would have been laid out there perfectly for her, but on the turf, this just kept on rolling and rolling.
Yeah, there's no margin for error.
None
whatsoever.
It's not as bad as playing on concrete. It's kind of like golfing on concrete.
So that's the problem by putting.
That's my problem.
On the green in 2-4 putt. You heard that one before?
Too often. Too often.
Midfield third to Rossler. Centering pass looking for Goody. Boy, good job by Laura Jenkins, but a little bit too good of a job. So here's a free kick chance now for Nikki Goody, the former Highland Trojan, with 5:24 remaining in the ball game and a 2-0 lead. Got to start ringing the cash register here on these set pieces.
It's reachable. It's within reach.
Goody
like
now to the ground ball, but an easy save on the play for Emily Willman.
Yeah, she'd like to have that one back because she really didn't do anything but just kind of roll it to the keeper.
Over 600 minutes now between the pipes for the Montpelier, Indiana, and Blackford High School grad. Now Kirchhoff is going to kick it over the goal line, and it'll be a corner kick now for Manchester. And that's number 4 of today's match.
For the Spartans.
Now this is where they rang the cash register before with McAfee.
And they're in no hurry to get down there and take it.
They're also going to bring in some substitutions and milk some more clock. Good job of coaching by Andrew Stout. Rowe will come out of the lineup. And into the ball game for the first time today is number 25. That's Carrie Cottingham. Cottingham out of Eaton, Ohio. Cross on the play, gets through the defense to almost a handball. Mazurkowicz comes in and makes the stop on the shot attempt there off the right wing. Getting the shot there was number 23, and that's Tia Merritt, a freshman out of Plymouth High School.
Very lucky there wasn't a handball called on that, Mike.
Now Schmagrinoff comes back on the counter. Rachel trying to seal off on the left wing and get some help. Got it in the form of Vanessa Hernandez. She looks back on the play now for Rossler as they go give and go back to the left side to Rachel. Trying to turn on the soccer ball now with a potential cross. They do the tightrope walk on the far side. The former Mustang with a shot knocked onto the defense by the Spartans. Kicked over the near touchline. Throw in Purdue University Calumet.
3:24 to go. They could put together a couple runs right here and get a tie, but they're going to have to do it now. Running out of time.
Now across by
Ben.
Schmagrinoff. Had nice pacing on it. It's knocked out of the upper 90, and then Willman comes right back down and grabs the soccer ball. Nicely done.
Willman did a nice job of just knocking it down. She should have caught it. I know any coach was saying, why don't you catch that ball instead of knocking it down and giving them another opportunity, but with all that traffic around there, she did the best she could just to get her hands on it.
Hernandez now with a nice one-touch back heel pass on the play to Goodeve. Tip to the far side looking for McDonald, and now pick back up on the play by Rossler. Maxine now right-footed free shot and an easy save by Willman on the shot by number 14, Maxine Rossler. 2:30 remaining in the match. Now 3 ball on the far side as Merritt comes out there. Good job by Kirchhoff to get back defensively. And she uses the safety valve in McDonald. Right side now to Kirsten Nertout. She's been held off the score sheet so far today. Now they're going to call a push on the play on the Spartans. Free kick now with 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the match. 2-0 lead for Manchester. The free kick trying to get it up to Hernandez. Looking on the left wing for Rowski. Rowski doing a good job of pinching up from her left fullback spot. Salinas now gets the feed from McDonald with 1:30 remaining. They go deep into the corner, and once again,
offsides.
The Peregrines are offside.
Offsides, PUC.
Yeah, they couldn't have chased that one down anyways because it had too much pace on it, went over the touch line. But Manchester's got the, certainly has the advantage right now, taking their time to take this free kick.
Coming up on 1 minute remaining now in the match. So the Manchester Spartans now are about a minute away from picking up another shutout on the season, the third of the campaign.
1 minute.
They had a double overtime tie against Illinois Benedictine the last time out, so an undefeated weekend on the road, it appears, for the Spartans.
Yeah, very successful road trip. And who are they taking on next? Olivet Nazarene?
Yep.
No, that's who Purdue's taking on, Olivet Nazarene.
Yeah, they've actually got
Tuesday.
Andrews on the 18th, the Cardinals, the team that Purdue Calumet just played this past week. 26 seconds remaining. Kick by Mazurkowicz comes over to Goodeve in the midfield third with 20 ticks of the clock remaining. The ball knocked down deep into territory, and good job by Woolman just to kick it out of harm's way. With 10 seconds remaining,
8,
Barker
7,
now
6,
with a one-touch in the
5,
midfield third on
4,
the play.
3.
And the sands of the hourglass are going to run out here on the Purdue University Calumet Peregrines, Kent Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
A 2-0 victory for Andrew
that's
Stout's
final. The
Spartans.
Spartans.
And I tell you what, Kent, a very impressive performance by Manchester considering they've been road warriors this weekend.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they started off slow. It looked like that Purdue Cal was pretty much going to have their way with them, but they seem to get it back together, get adjusted to the turf, and come on strong. You know, they come off well in the end of the first half. In the second half, I'd have to say they pretty well dominated the second half. You know, well put together, some good execution, good positioning, and just kept the constant pressure on Purdue Cal. Purdue Cal, you know, started a lot of youngsters. I had a count there that they started 7 freshmen.
Yep.
And 4 juniors. So again, it's a startup program that they've got to bring along. Leslie Ferguson, I'm sure, is the woman to do that. They did play well. They've got some good players out there. I was impressed with what was up and down the middle with Goodeve and Salinas and Diaz. They all looked really tough. Good representation for the region. And it's going to come along for Purdue. They did well. Hats off to my old alma mater.
I got to sneak that one in there, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, we did.
Scoring summary is brought to us by Purdue University Calumet, the home of the Peregrines. Purdue University Calumet Athletics would like to announce the hiring of its new athletic director, Rick Costello. Costello comes to Purdue Calumet after a stint at Wisconsin-Milwaukee as a director of athletics. Costello will be charged with continuing the expansion of the Peregrines athletic program. Kent, let's take a look at the scoring summary in this afternoon's match. A 2-0 victory for Manchester University.
Yeah, we had goals scored by Manchester's Bridget Rowe. She was unassisted. And Amber Kent, assisted by Diane McAfee. Those goals came late in the second half. It was 0-0 at halftime. Shots on goal for the day, 15 for Manchester, 13 for Purdue Calumet. The goalkeeper stats, 6 saves for Emily Willman for Manchester. Had a good game out there, played the entire game. Keely Mazurkowicz had 5 saves and 2 goals against her for the day. She played the entire game. Corner kicks, Manchester had 4, Purdue Cal had a couple. And as the shots went, as we talked about Manchester picking it up, shots in the first half were dominated by Purdue, 7-4. But in the second half, as Manchester came along, it was 11-6 in their favor for shots. And the 6 shots that Purdue had in the second half, actually about half of them came within the last 2 minutes, while Manchester was just pretty much deciding to kind of lay some people back and not let anything get in. But offsides 3 times for Manchester and 4 times for Purdue Cal, Mike.
So with the win, the Manchester University Spartans improve on the campaign to 2-3-2, and the Purdue University Calumet Peregrines see their 2-game winning streak snapped here, as they will fall now to 3-6-0. Taking a look ahead for the Purdue women, they will be at Oliva Nazarene on September the 18th before traveling up to Finlandia up in the UP in Michigan on September the 22nd before coming home to take on Marygrove. And keep in mind that any of the action both on the men's and the women's pitch you can find on their website at the Purdue Calumet website at purduecalsports.com. So great afternoon of soccer. Kent Rosenbaum, unfortunately, the Peregrines could not get anything going offensively. They had a few opportunities in both matches, but hey, give credit where credit is due. Manchester and Madonna played very well today.
Yeah, they both had good games against Purdue, but you know what? This is a first-year program. They're just starting off. They're getting their feet underneath them. They're understanding how to play together. Each team's only about 5 or 6 games into the season. So, I mean, things look good here. I mean, they're getting good cooperation from the community. There's a lot of people showing up to the games. They've got excellent coaching staffs lined up there. And from what we've seen of the region kids that are out here, it's a very, very good nucleus for Purdue to develop a great, solid program. So, you know, congratulations to the winners of the games, Madonna and Manchester. Purdue Cal, it's growing pains. Been there, my friend, but been there, done that. So it's just something to stick with.
From a player of the game standpoint, Ken, I like the way Salinas played out there. I don't know about you. I think Stephanie gets an honorable mention, if not the player of the game.
Yeah, Salinas could get it out there. I mean, she did a nice job at distributing. As I mentioned in the first half, she did a good field presence, could see what was going on, and push the ball around to the appropriate places. So she did a nice job. Diaz did a nice job. You know, I was impressed with their play.
Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah. So player of the game, I would probably have to go with the Salinas.
So Stephanie Salinas gets our player of the game on the women's side of things. And so once again, we want to give special thanks out to Brian Clark. Did a great job here at Munster High School with getting us all set up on the internet here today. I also want to thank James Druzwicki for coming on with us prior to the ball game on the men's side of things for a pregame interview. We also want to thank the staff, Jordan Bruder, doing a great job getting us all the statistics and the numbers during the breaks, as well as John Friend, Wes Lukosius, and the rest of the folks over at Purdue University Calumet. Kent, final thoughts here after this doubleheader today at Munster High School?
Well, one final thought is I hope we can do this more often.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun to bring collegiate soccer to Northwest Indiana. A lot of thanks go out to all the area high schools that are supporting Purdue Cal and letting them play at their facilities until they get theirs built. But it's looking good. As JR said earlier, it's nice to be able to have competitive collegiate soccer in the area so the high school kids can see that there is somewhere else to go and you don't have to go around the world to do it. Purdue Cal's got a lot to look forward to. A lot of good kids out there, a lot of good coaching staffs. The coaching staffs are doing a very good job. Great
job by Jamar Goodman manning the camera throughout the afternoon for us out here at Munster High School. Keep in mind our next broadcast here on Regional Radio Sports Tuesday night Yours truly, along with Kent Rosenbaum, will be right back here at Munster High School for the Northwest Crossroads Conference matchup in high school soccer as the Munster Mustangs host the Highland Trojans. Pre-game coverage beginning on 12:30 a.m. WJOB with the pregame show at 6:15 and kickoff at 6:30. So for Ken Rosenbaum, this is Mike Knezovich saying so long from the soccer complex and football stadium here at Munster High School. We're in the first game of our doubleheader on the men's side of things. The Madonna University Crusaders shut out the Purdue University Calumet Peregrines by a score of 4-0. And then in the nightcap here this afternoon, the Manchester University Spartans shut out the Peregrines in women's soccer by a score of 2-0. God bless America. God bless you all. Have a safe and wonderful afternoon, everybody. So long from Munster High School.